It's Lewandowski and Harmon to start things off, and the first pitch is on the way. So what a great Class B final. The Class B final won by Chan Hassan on a 2-run homer, and a single by Horman leading off with the single. Again, Casey Lewandowski, the starter for the Bird Island Bullfrogs. Horman, Bryce Panning, Matt Mann, Rosh Whitaker, Hunter Rickaby, Josh Lenz, Dylan Whitaker, Cole Peters, and Blake Pistolka is your lineup for the Young America Cardinals. Leadoff single and a bunt attempt to sacrifice him over by Bryce Panning. Panning 5 for 7 in the tournament. That is the best batting average so far across all the Class C teams, hitting over 700. And he has also scored 3 runs. He's also delivered a triple. So it is Isaac Horman, who now is 5 for 10, batting 500 in the tournament. He's at first base. Winner of this game will go on to take on the Irish of St. Patrick in the semifinal game starting right at 6 o'clock. Left-handed hitting Panning, center fielder, facing Casey Lewandowski, the right-hand starter for Bird Island. Pitch on the way, and it's a grounder foul off the batter and works its way wide of first base. Lewandowski is yet to pitch in this tournament. The Bullfrogs have gone with Logan Neeson. He's got a win, and then Josh Kingery in that 13-inning win over Watkins yesterday, the son of former Major League Baseball player Mike Kingery. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the left-handed hitting Panning. Leadoff single from Isaac Horman. And a ground ball up the middle. Is it slow enough to get to the second baseman? It is. And the out, no, they never controlled it. And because the ball comes loose, Horman is off and running. So the play from Sagatol to Gass never controlled the ball. And Horman moves on to third. So it's a fielder's choice error that advances the runner to third. An error on, I'm guessing,
now batting left fielder number 32.
I would think it's got to be an error there. It'll be fielder's choice to the runner to get Bryce to first base. So first and third and nobody out, and the Bullfrogs are in a bit of a hole. First pitch on the way to Matt Mann, the left fielder, and it's a breaking ball from Lewandowski over for a strike. Runners at first and third, and there is the error on the board. Hard line drive to left field. It's going to be scooped up in left field by Swan, but the runner goes home and another runner to third base. So Horman scores on the run on the base hit by Matt Mann. Matt Mann picks up the RBI single.
Now batting designated hitter number 20, Rosh Whitaker.
And that brings up Rosh Whitaker, the designated hitter wearing number 20. So off and rolling are the Young American Cardinals. Fastball fouled off of James Wolfel, the catcher. So again, a single to start the inning, then a fielder's choice on a ground ball to Sagatol, the second baseman, but he had to range and makes the play. They just can't connect on the play at second base, and that allows a runner to move on to third, then another base hit by Matt Mann, and it's 1-0. Curveball over for a strike to Whitaker. No balls and 2 strikes. Runners at the corner, nobody out on a run is already in for Young America. They lead 1-0. 0-2 pitch, inside fastball. It's fought off and will end up into the party deck above the third base dugout. Bemidji and Cold Spring, the other quarterfinal. That game going on right now. Winner here will take on St. Patrick. St. Patrick winning 2-1 earlier today over the Bluffton Braves. Runners going, pitch is low, and no throw will be made as the ball bounces to Wolfel. He knocks it down, keeps the runner at third base, but off and running with the stolen base is Matt Mann. So man with the stolen base. Whitaker, the batter, has now 2 runners in scoring position. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Lewandowski kicks and delivers, and it's another foul ball that'll twist out of play. The wind's now picking up a little bit out of the west, so straight out of center field. If you can hook one, the ball, I think, will carry a little bit to left field if you're a right-handed hitter, or slice one if you're a left-handed hitter. It's blowing a little bit out, more across, but a little bit out. Pitch on the way. Oh, he goes above. He made him climb the ladder, and Whitaker strikes out. So Lewandowski with a big strikeout to get an out, and everybody stays in place. That's going to bring up Hunter Rickaby. Hunter Rickaby, 1 for 7. He does have 2 runs batted in. Again, they had a 1-run win last weekend over Laverne. They rallied with 2 in the 8th to take the lead, and then yesterday beating Union Hill 6-0 in the quarterfinals to move on. Here, or in the round of 16 to move on to the quarterfinals. First pitch is a fastball that is in for a strike. Might have been crossed up, so Wolfel wants to talk to Lewandowski. Good crowd on hand for this one. It's been nice crowds for what has been allowed. Some attendance restrictions. Folks sitting at every portion of the ballpark. No balls and 1 strike to Rickaby. Curveball hit towards short. He's going to come home with it. Nope, he decides not to. Safe at the plate is Panning for the run. Hunter Rickaby is out, 6-3, but give him an RBI on the ground out. And it's 2-0. Young America getting 2 right away here in the top of the first inning. 2 outs, and it's going to bring up Josh Lenz, the lefty. Runner at third is Mann. Lenz, so far, 1 for 5 in the tournament. He swings at a first pitch breaking ball. Another breaking ball makes, sometimes I'm a little too quick with my call, is on the outside corner, and the count is 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Lewandowski with 2 outs now for Bird Island, but 2 runs are in. Ground ball on the breaking ball, wide and into the dugout, scattering media member as well. 0-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 runs in. Pitch on the way, grounded towards Gass at short. He fields it on 2 hops and fires across. So 2 runs are going to score. There were 2 base hits. There was an error. And 2-0 going to the bottom of the first inning. We're going to keep it here as we set the lineup for the Bird Island Bullfrogs and also the defense for the Cardinals of Young America. Leading off for Bird Island will be James Wolfel. He's the catcher at second base, and batting second, Jordan Sagadol. Tyler Hebrink is the number 3 hitter. He is at first base. Dylan Gass, the shortstop, is the cleanup hitter. Trent Athman will be batting 5th. He plays center field. Colton Minkle is in right field. He'll bat 6th. Logan Swan had a big day last week when we were here, and for RBI day, he'll be batting 7th and playing in left field. Sean Dollarshell's the third baseman. He bats 8th. And Reed Stoddard is the designated hitter, and he'll bat 9th. He'll be facing Christian Johnson. Johnson, a draftee out of Cologne, big righty, tall righty, and he is on the mound right now for this Young America team. So Johnson is pitching. He'll be throwing it to Hunter Rickaby, his battery mate. Josh Lenz is at first base. Dylan Whitaker at second. Blake Pistolka at short. Isaac Horman is the third baseman. In the outfield, it's Matt Mann and left. Bryce Panning in center, sorry about that, and Cole Peters is in right field. So that's your defense and your starting lineup, and we'll get ready here for the bottom of the first inning as it is Christian Johnson taking to the hill. Johnson has appeared. In fact, he's 1-0. He, in relief, struck out 8 batters in 3 innings of pitching in that win over Laverne. Gave up a hit and a run, but he was the winning pitcher. So Johnson 1-0 in this tournament, and he will get the start here. Young America on the board with 2.
Leading off the ball game for Bird Island, catcher number 27, James Wolfel.
And James Wolfel comes to the plate. Wolfel on the tournament is 2 for 11 with a run and an RBI. Catcher leading off, and first pitch fastball catches the plate. So as I mentioned, it's a lot of strikeouts, 8 strikeouts in 3 innings pitched, and that's what Johnson brings to the plate. He throws hard. He has a good delivery, and he leans or falls off a little bit to the first base side of the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 Young America in this quarterfinal game. Another fastball fouled away, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wolfel. Bird Island, just to the north and east of here, right on Highway 212, just to the east of Olivia. 1-2 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball inside, and it is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wolfel, the right-handed hitting catcher. On deck is Jordan Sagadol. Pitch on the way, and it misses off the plate. And the count levels up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young America with their red-clad fans might have heard the disdain that pitch was called a ball. Looked like it was off the plate from here. 2-2 pitch, grounded out to short on 2 hops, played above his head, and the throw across. Pistolka throws the lens, and the out is recorded at first base. This brings up Jordan Sagadol, and Sagadol hasn't been overly productive so far in the first 2 games for Bird Island, but yesterday he was the offensive hero. He tripled in the 13th inning with 1 out, and that set up the sacrifice fly that won the game. So his triple broke the logjam of a scoreless game through 12 innings. Fastball in for a strike. Sagadol, as I mentioned, the quarterback at Bold for 2 years, 2 straight times they played in the state championship game, the Prep Bowl. They appeal on the swing down to the first base umpire. No swing, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is low, and count goes to 2-1. On deck will be Tyler Hebrink. Sagadol for the tournament, 2 for 10. He scored twice, once in each game, the only run of the game yesterday. Fastball over, and the count levels, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Christian Johnson, the righty from Cologne, the Hollanders. 2-2, and the pitch is outside, 3-2. So the Young America Cardinals wearing a red jersey, white bottoms. 3-2 pitch, grounded up the middle, and that's going to get through. So Sagadol comes through with his 3rd hit of the tournament. This one a bleeder through the middle. And there's a runner at first now with 1 out. And Tyler Hebrink comes to the plate. Hebrink, 2 for 10 as well in the tournament. 2 runs batted in. He hit the sacrifice fly that won the game yesterday. Gave him the lead. Sacrifice fly to center field scored Sagadol, and that would be the lone run of that game against the Watkins Clippers. So now Sagadol's at first base. Hebrink, the right-handed hitter, bat on his shoulder as Christian Johnson gets ready to deliver, and a breaking ball misses, ball 1. No swing. Umpires today, Russ Lindquist is behind the plate. Mike Monita is in the field. Game 2, second quarterfinal game from Milroy. If you win here, you advance on, and we'll play St. Patrick, the Irish, in the semifinals. That game's scheduled to begin at 6 o'clock. The flag really whipping out in left field right now. Hebrink, 1 ball, no strikes after the throw to first, and the fastball is fouled back. 1-1 the count. Bird Island in their all whites, tops and bottoms. They have green trimming, green under the sleeves, green on the belt and below the belt. Bullfrogs. Looking to get to a semifinal. Johnson sets and will throw over to first, and they got him. They got Sagadaw leaning. Johnson with a little hesitation on the mound, and then the pickoff. So that's pickoff is the second out. Sagadaw erased on the bases by his own doing. So Hebrink now is facing a 1-1 count with nobody on base. Down 2-0 as Young America gets 2 in the first. Breaking ball, catches the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're going to again appeal, and the count is 2-2. Fastball misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Hebrink. And the pitch is a walk. The 3-2 pitch misses, and we'll go to first base with Hebrink.
Now batting shortstop number 1, Dylan Gass.
Dylan Gass comes to the plate with a runner on first now, 2 out. Gass 2 for 10 on the tournament. 2 runs and an RBI. And he foul tips it away. Again, if you're just joining us, we've crowned a Class B championship. No balls and 1 strike. Gass, right-handed hitting shortstop. He hits in the cleanup spot. He's not a prototypical body of a cleanup hitter. I said that last week in their win over Dilworth. He looks more like either somebody at the top of the lineup or bottom of the lineup. Runner at first and 2 outs. 1-1 the count, and Christian Johnson delivers a fastball. It is a strike, and a snap throw down to first base. That is the catcher, Rickaby. Sorry about that. Lost my spot, and he was firing it down to Lenz up high, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs. Young America leading at 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The Cardinals trying to advance on. They up by 2. Bullfrogs as well. And that might be a swing. They're going to appeal one more time. And it is not a swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A lot of check swings here in the first as Johnson with movement on the fastball. So the count is even up, 2-2, 2 outs. Gass at the plate. And the pitch is swung on a miss. Breaking ball. So Gass strikes out. No runs on 1 hit, 1 player left. Also included a pickoff from Johnson to first baseman Lenz. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second inning. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv. All right, we're back in Milroy in the quarterfinal round of the State C tournament. Young America leading 2-0 over Bird Island. And remember, if you enjoyed the series on Fox Sports North last year, Town Ball, Uniquely Minnesota, it's produced by Big G Media. 8-part series on the past, present, and future of Town Ball in Minnesota. It's now available on Amazon. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get it for nothing.
Leading off the second inning for Young America, second baseman number 29, Dylan Whitaker.
Dylan Whitaker comes to the plate for the Young America Cardinals. Whitaker, the number 7 hitter, so 6 came to the plate in the first, 7, 8, 9 here in the second. Whitaker, Cole Peters, and Blake Pistolka. First pitch is high, ball 1 from Casey Lewandowski. Casey rocks and fires and misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two runs on 2 hits in the first inning, and the 2-0 pitch is going to catch the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike. Lewandowski delivers, and the pitch is chopped foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whitaker wearing number 29. He's the second baseman, and he is at the plate to start the second inning. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's strike 3 on the outside corner. That side of the plate has been called pretty consistently, whether that's on the plate or not. And a called third strike gets Dylan Whitaker out, and Cole Peters, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Peters wearing 42, another right-handed hitter. Swings at an off-speed pitch, and the count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and another breaking pitch. It's swung on and missed. 0-2 the count from Lewandowski to Peters. Misses up in the zone, and the count now 1-2. Peters on this tournament, 2 for 9. He has scored a run. Both teams playing their third game, and Peters reaches out and will hit it towards center field. The catch is made by the streaking center field. He wasn't streaking as in not wearing any clothes. He was streaking towards the ball as in running after it. And that's Athman that makes the play. Trent Athman, and he'll lead off in the next half inning, just in case you want to have some foreshadowing in your world. 2 down in the top of the second. 2-0, Young America leading, and swinging and fouling off the first pitch is the number 9 hitter, Blake Pistolka. I'm actually related to some Pistolkas, cousins, but I don't think he's my cousin. First pitch fouled away, second pitch also fouled away. Bemidji has scored a run against Cold Spring in the second inning. Bemidji looking to advance on and take on Faribault. Claremont. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The Fairmont Martins. Chopped and foul again from Pistolka. Blake is 1 for 7 in the tournament so far in the 2 games. He also has scored a run. The number 9 hitter, 2 outs in the second. They batted 6 in the first and scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Lewandowski delivers. It's a ground ball. Sagadol will come in on it, field it, sling it over to Hebring, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Young America in the second. They lead going to the bottom. It's 2-0. We'll be back on PrepSpotlight.tv right after this. A little Chicago and background music. Saturday in the park, I think it was Labor Day. No, it was the 4th of July. It's actually Sunday in the park, the day before Labor Day, in the unrecognizable summer of 2020. I'm Andy Price along with Greg Wolfert, and we've got the call of the game today from Milroy, the second quarter final. And Bird Island trails 2-0. Bird Island will come to the plate for their second cracks. Trent Athman will lead things off, followed by Colton Minkle and Logan Swan, the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters. They had a base hit and a walk in the first inning and had a runner picked off. Leads to nothing. Led to a 0 on the scoreboard. Athman, the right-handed hitting center fielder, feigned a bunt. Feigned, feigned a bunt. I think that's how you spell it. Pulled it back. It was still called a strike. Christian Johnson from Cologne, the starting pitcher, and it's a fly ball hit high, chasing after it the left fielder. It is going to drift out of play. That wind is going to take it that direction. The left fielder, Matt Mann, chasing after it. Now the wind, I'd say it's blowing out. Officially, I would say it's blowing out to left field. It is going to hook it a little bit towards the foul pole. Again, the dimensions here, we mentioned, very confined to the lines, 305 to both the right and left field lines. But that being said, we have not seen a lot of balls hit out of this ballpark in the last 3 weeks. 361 to the left field gap, 375 to straightaway center, 348 to the right field gap, and I haven't seen a ball hit to anywhere left of the scoreboard out of this ballpark. Swing and a miss and a strike 3 from Johnson. Athman goes down swinging. That's Johnson's second straight strikeout. Struck out Dylan Gasta in the first. Colton Minkle will come to the plate. Minkle hitting .500, 4 for 8. He scored 3 runs. The Minkle-Swan connection was big last weekend. See how it plays out this weekend. It's Logan Swan, who will be the number 7 hitter, had 4 RBI in the game last week when they knocked Dilworth out of the tournament. 1 ball, no strikes, and a shot down the line, and Minkle will be able to run all day until he falls. Just a sight. I was just about to say, where that ball was hit and where the right fielder was playing, Minkle's going to run all day, and he didn't get to first base before he found a carpet monster that got him, and the dirt got him, tripped him up. So give him a base hit, second hit of the game for the Bullfrogs. But that cost Minkle a base, minimum 1 base. I would almost argue the way he got out of the box, it might have been 3. He might have been thinking 3 when he tripped over something, whether it was his own feet or something. First pitch is a strike to the left fielder, Logan Swan, right-handed hitting. As I mentioned, 4 RBI in the first game. He's 5 for 9 with a run, and those 4 runs batted in. They only scored 1 run yesterday. We've already made it clear. Oh, that ball's hit well to center, but right at the center fielder, almost right in his tracks. Bryce Panning makes the catch. And there's 2 down as Swan hits it hard, and that brings up Sean Dollarshell. Two down in the bottom of the second inning, 2-0, Young America Cardinals. Off and running is Minkle. This time, he goes in without any trouble. Slides in. So he has moved himself over to scoring position. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Dollarshell so far, 3 for 9 with an RBI. Outside of the Hebrink RBI, everything that I'm speaking of happened last week in their 10-run win over Dilworth. Pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 10-0, they beat Dilworth. And it was short game. Didn't get to 9. Game was a little closer than that. It opened up to the large separation in the 6th, 7th, 8th innings. Fastball does catch the corner on Dollar Shell. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Dollar Sheller wears 17. Finally calls timeout after a long signal discussion between pitcher-catcher. Johnson and Rickaby. Johnson ready. He delivers and gets the strikeout to end the inning. So both innings have ended with the strikeout. And both innings, the green-clad Bullfrogs of Bird Island have left a runner on base. So we'll go to the top of the third. 2-0. The Young America Cardinals lead it. We'll be right back after this.
And now if I could have your attention.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
On the party deck here in Milroy. Gorgeous afternoon. Sunday afternoon, the summer, not officially. Now when you look at the lunar calendar, summer is, that still goes on for a few more days, a few more weeks. But the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day weekend. These kids are supposed to go back to school tomorrow. First pitch from the starting pitcher, Lewandowski, and he delivers to the number 1 hitter, Isaac Horman. Horman got things started in the first, singled and scored. One ball, 1 strike. Horman now is 5 for 10 as the pitch kicks away, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. 5 for 10, he scored 2 runs. He's got 2 doubles, and he has 3 runs batted in. Horman singled in the first inning, moved over on a fielder's choice and an error, and then scored on the single from Matt Mann. Pops it up. Looks like it's staying in the field of play. The catcher and the first baseman coming after it. The first baseman will take it. Hebrink does the right thing defensively and calls the catcher off and makes the first out of the inning. Panning coming to the plate. He reached on the fielder's choice and scored. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Panning now 5 for 8, but he does have 4 runs scored in this tournament through just 2 games and a third, I guess you would say. A little less than a third. No balls and 2 strikes. Check on the other score in Springfield. The Bemidji Blue Ox leading 1-0. That ball is hit towards left. That'll get down for a base knock. And fielding it on a high hop out there is Swan. Panning with his 6th hit of the tournament. Single to left. And that brings up Matt Mann, who's won 4-1 with an RBI. Mann, 3 for 9 in the tournament. 4 runs batted in. So the middle of this order has been very productive, top and middle. 1 out and a runner at first base. Fastball misses high from Lewandowski. One ball, no strikes. Bird Island's Lewandowski on the hill, and he gets it over the plate for strike one. 1-1 the count. Lewandowski had retired 4 straight batters for that single after struggling in the first. Lewandowski sets, runner goes, breaking ball is pulled foul. Off and running was Panning. Had a good jump on it, and on the breaking ball, you'd have to think he was going to get there. I don't believe it was the hit and run on. He might have just been going, and the swing and the foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes to Mann. Whitaker is on deck. Hit towards third. It could be a double play ball. Sagadol turns it, and the play is made for a 5-4-3 double play. Dollar Show to Sagadol to Hebring, and the single is erased on the grounded into double play. So we go to the bottom of the third. It's still 2-0. Bird Island trailing, and they come to the plate in the bottom of the third. You're watching Spotlight.tv's coverage of the State C baseball tournament. Bottom of the third inning we go. Championship game tomorrow in Springfield, 1 o'clock. Ryan Phelps will be on the call for that one. We had the Class B championship. Jeff Pappas for PrepSpotlight.tv calling that game. He saw a fun one as a 2-run homer was hit. In the 8th inning by Arnold of Chanhassen, and that was good enough for the 4-3 win. So we pick it up here in the bottom of the third inning. Christian Johnson will face Reed Stoddard. Stoddard's first at-bat. He's the last player to get a crack at the plate. Bat in his hand, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. There's a home run that was just hit. I'm wondering if that was Austin Duffner that hit that one. Try to get confirmation. Did you say 21? Maybe if the executive producer would look on the roster or there. Duffner hit 3 home runs in a game, and that might even be a perfect segue into my next break. But I don't like breaks. I like game. Two balls and a strike to Stoddard. He's leading off the bottom of the third inning. Chop foul, and the count goes 2-2. Go to the home run category. If you go to the home run category. You're making it so much more difficult. Austin Duffner did hit his 4th home run of the tournament, and he ties it up over in Springfield. Reaching out and fouling it away is Stoddard. So 1-1 in that game between Bemidji and Cold Spring. Everything on PrepSpotlight.tv. We'll have the semifinal games later today in both locations, and championship tomorrow. Ryan Phelps. Ground ball towards third. That will be picked up by Horman. Horman fires across. It's low, but it's scooped up by Lenz, and that is an out. No matter how poorly it was described, that's an out.
Number 27, James Wolfle.
James Wolfle's up. He grounded to the shortstop in the first inning. Great Labor Day Sunday. Now the skies are blue, some white clouds off in the distance. Here in the southwest corner of Minnesota, first pitch is a ball up high from Christian Johnson. Ground ball and fielded again by Horman. And Horman's going to fire it across for the second out. 2 up and 2 down. Horman busy over there. Andy Price and Greg Wolfert with you as Young America leads 2-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Sagadol comes to the plate. Jordan is his first name. Singled in the first inning, and then he was picked off. 2 outs. First pitch, a fastball over for a strike. Johnson has good velocity on the fastball. See, he has the ability to strike out folks in bunches. So far, he has 3 here as we're in 2 outs in the third inning. That ball had some movement to it, but it was inside, off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. It's grounded towards the hole. The first baseman's got to go a long way to make the play. He does. He fields on it. He fields it, steps on the bag. And Sagadol goes down with a check swing, grounder to first to end the third inning. So we've played 3, 1/3 of the way through this one, if it's only a regulation 9-inning game. We'll be back on ProSpotlight.tv. It's 2-0 Young America over Bird Island.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
This one driven to the gap in left center field. It's a deep ball, and it's going to land, and it's gone! A 2-run home run for Cold Spring. Duffner makes it a 2-0 game here in the top of the first inning. Driven to right. Call watches it go over his head. Back-to-back 2-run homers for the first baseman, Duffner. Austin Duffner makes it 5-0 Cold Spring. One strike on Duffner as Weiss kicks and fires this one. Driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Cold Spring. Unbelievable. My goodness. Austin Duffner with 3 home runs.
Andy Price back with you. We had some audio difficulties, just plain operator error, stupidity by the operator. And in that last inning, while the sound was down, you saw Roch Whitaker strikeout looking, Hunter Rickaby strikeout looking, and Josh Lenz ground a bunt back out to the pitcher. So that's what happened while we had audio difficulties, and I used that in very quotable or quotations because it was just plain operator error. Cold Spring and Bemidji 1-1, and you saw the 3 home runs last week by Austin Duffner. He is homered again for Cold Spring as they've tied it up. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Christian Johnson, the pitcher from the Cologne Hollanders, who's a draftee for Young America, is thrown 3 shutout innings, giving up 2 hits. First pitch on the way to Tyler Hebrink. He walked his first time up. No official at bat. So in the last half inning, I was talking about Young America. Maybe I'll wait till they come back to the plate. No, I'll do it now. Unbelievable. Ball fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was just musing that in Young America was the place where you always had to redeem your proof of purchase in cereal for mainly sugar cereal toys. And I sent many a letter to Young America, Minnesota growing up. I always wanted to see that redemption center. Pitch high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I just envisioned this huge, huge warehouse, 20 stories high, 4 city blocks long, filled with sugar cereal toys that you would get. I wanted to, just like a ball at the Chuck E. Cheese's, you could just jump into all the toys from the bottom that you get at the bottom. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Hebrink. Now that I've actually got the mic on to tell that story, it wasn't as funny as it was the first time. Johnson to Hebrink, and the pitch is outside, so he's on base for the second time via the walk. 2-0 your score. The bottom of the 4th. We'll try to keep your mic on the entire rest of the way. Well, maybe some people are asking me to keep it off. That's going to bring up the number 4 hitter, 4-hole hitter, the cleanup hitter, Dylan Gass. Gass, the shortstop, struck out his last time up. Gass now 2 for 11. 2 runs and an RBI. They're down 2. They need to get something cooking here in the 4th through the Frogs of Bird Island. The Cardinals scored 2 in the first. Swinging and missing is Gass. Hebrink at first. Johnson, the pitcher, has already picked off 1 runner, and he fires back over to first. Hebrink's back in time. Two hits on the game, both singles. 1 from Sagadol, 1 from Minkle for Bird Island. Off and running is Hebrink. Slashing the foul away is Gass, and the count now 0-2. After this, 1 more game here in Milroy at the Yankees home ballpark. We'll have the semifinal game. Runner at first, nobody out. Count 0-2. Christian Johnson on the hill, deliberately looks in, gets set, and delivers. Pitch misses outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Hebrink, the first baseman, on first base. It's got a lead of about 2.5 steps. Called third strike. Gass looks at the pitch on the outside corner. That corner has been called pretty much consistently the entire game. That's strikeout number 4 for Johnson. Trent Athman comes up. He struck out swinging in the second. St. Patrick Irish were sitting out in the shade, hanging out, waiting to see who they're going to be playing. And it looks like they got him again. Safe. This time it was Hebrink who was leaning towards second. Johnson with a quick move. The tag just after his hand gets into the bag, and so he is safe. Hebrink safe. Good pickoff move by Johnson. It looked like he had a chance to get his second of the game. Johnson wearing the orange and black jersey of the Hollanders. Swing and a miss. And Athman did not get a good cut at that one. No balls and a strike, 1 out. Johnson looks in, again delivers, pitch misses outside, and it's a ball and a strike. The Class B championship has been awarded. Chanhassen wins its 3rd straight. Now, normally the Class B title game also played on Labor Day, but because of the schedule, I guess you would say COVID-aligned schedule, they played their championship today. So Class A champion is Minnetonka. Class B is Chanhassen from the Western Metro. Another throw back, and Hebrink is in safely, dirtying up his trousers. One and one, and the curveball is fouled off. I was trying to remember what the greatest cereal prize was that I ever got. I think it was the first ever mechanical pencil that I got. I think it was in the bottom of a cereal called Grins, Smiles, Giggles, and Laughs, which tasted like Captain Crunch. But it was a different company. It was the knockoff of Captain Crunch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Athman. Pitch is outside. Hebrink is running, and he is safe. I think the tag was missed, though the umpire did not get a good look, but from here it looked like the tag, the swipe of it was not completed in terms of the tag on the runner. So we have the runner at second now in scoring position. It's the second time that they've had a runner in scoring position. They've yet to score. Athman with the count 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Johnson now will have to turn his head and check the runner at second, although he didn't. And Athman is down on the breaking ball. He thought it was not ever over the plate. He signaled that with his hand, but back-to-back called 3rd strikes for Johnson. 5 on the game. And Minkle comes up. Minkle singled his last time up. Minkle now 5 for 9 at the plate. Runner at second base is Hebrink. Minkle will look at the first pitch, and it is a strike. Who will play St. Patrick in the semifinal? Christian Johnson delivers the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed by Minkle. Minkle has not driven in a run in the tournament, but he has scored 3 runs. 5 times he's been on base. He's now down in the count 0-2. Johnson still not comfortable with the signals from the catcher. Gets it. Has the set right at his letters. Fastball chopped towards short. Fielded by Pistolka. Pistolka barely gets Minkle, who was bolting down the line. So Minkle's out, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. There was a runner left on base. They've left 3 runners on base through 4 innings. So we're going to the 5th inning, and we will be back. We're going to take one more look at some highlights from last weekend as we have advanced our way through this tournament on PrepSpotlight.tv. We've had every game. It'll be 80 games total when it's all said and done. You've been able to watch them all on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate. Not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield, and the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. Fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Gold Spring. Unbelievable!
Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
We are back for the top of the 5th inning, and Whitaker. Dillon starts things off with a base knock right away and a leadoff single for Young America. The Cardinals leading 2-0 and picking up their 4th base hit. Casey Lewandowski, the starting pitcher for Bird Island, gave up 2 in the first. Has had things relatively calm since then, but now a leadoff single. And that brings up Cole Peters, and he's going to bunt. And nobody's there. I think Peters thought the third baseman was going to field it. He fell off towards the first base, and that's going to be a base hit. I'd have to think you can't assume any error on that play, and it is a base hit. So a big mistake made there, and Blake Pistolka will come up, and you might think that he'll be bunting again as well. Lewandowski fell off the mound and didn't even think about going to field it, and the third baseman backed up. So runners at first and second. The first baseman is right on the one step in onto the dirt, as now is the third baseman. And again, the bunt from Pistolka, it's fouled away, strike 1. So Dollar Shell, the third baseman who's been solid over there through the tournament, 2 games, he didn't, I don't know if a different play was on, and he, for some reason, was backpedaling back to the bag at third. But that allows the runner, Whitaker, to go to second, and another bunt on, and the bunt is good. Still in the dirt. They're saying it's a foul. Caught a piece of Pistolka as he was trying to get out of the box. So the count now 0-2, and I don't know if that takes the bunt off or not. Pistolka, the slender shortstop, catches the bat being thrown back to him, and he'll get back into the batter's box. We'll be back to the top of the order after this at-bat. We'll see if Pistolka with 2 strikes still has the bunt on. Bird Island thinks so, as first baseman Hebrink is cheating in. Dollar Shell also starts to creep in at third. And they swing and keep right back to the pitcher. Lewandowski will try to turn 2 onto the first, and he did not get the double play turn. He might have had a chance to get the lead runner as well, but he did not, so now there's runners at the corner. For a second, it looked like he was going to try to get the lead runner and opted not. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Pistolka at first. Out at second is Peters, and over at third now is Whitaker. So leading 2-0, runners at first and third. The infield comes in to discuss how they're going to play this. Looks like you might have some speed on base at first, so you would think they're going to try to advance him over, probably via the steal. And I think they just want to get clear as to how they want to play this in the infield. Hebrink's leading the discussion, the first baseman.
Now batting third baseman number 4, Isaac Harmon.
No doubt Lewandowski, who's calmed down in the last 3 innings after giving up 2 in the first, has not fielded his position perfectly this inning. And now he's got 2 runners on the corners. Whitaker at third, at first base Pistolka. Here comes Horman. Horman 1 for 2 with a run scored. He popped up his last time to the infield, in first base in particular. Off and running is Pistolka. They throw down, and it's wide. So another error. Wolfel throws through, and that's not only going to allow the run to score. Whitaker scores to make it 3-0. But it allows the runner Pistolka, who stole second base, to head down, and the error on the catcher. Error number 2 for Bird Island. And it's 3-0. Young America being aggressive on the base paths and now having to pull the defense in against Horman. Curveball hit for a single. Breaking ball was right over the plate. Horman takes care of the business, and it is now 4-0. Bird Island trailing. Second hit for Horman. He gets his first RBI. No RBI on the run scored by Whitaker.
Now batting center fielder number 25, Bryce Panning.
Horman at first. And Panning to the plate. Panning 1 for 2. Singled in the third. He was erased on a double play. Panning, a left-handed hitter, wearing number 25. He's the center fielder. He's got 6 hits now and 9 at-bats. Faking like he was going was Horman. He stopped after 2 solid steps towards second. Wolfel has to look him back. Wolfel barely catching that pitch that was well outside to the left-handed hitting Panning. It's 4-0 in the 5th. Curveball off the end of the bat, fouled away and out of play. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the State C baseball tournament. And the Bullfrogs of Bird Island have a pitcher up in the bullpen. It's one of their drafted pitchers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out now. And a runner on first. 2 runs in. They scored 2 in the first. They scored 2 here in the 5th. Will it be more? Possibly. Runner at first. 1-2 count on the way. Quick throw over to first, and back is Horman. Horman led off the game with a single, and he came around to score. Then here in the 5th, he delivers a run-scoring single. Off and running is Horman, grounded up the middle, and not stabbed by the pitcher, Lewandowski. So Lewandowski screams in disgust at himself as another ball that might have been an out gets by, and we'll see what they do with this one. I think we'll have a pitching change, just waiting to see how that was scored. I think that was an error. So an error on the pitcher. Horman, no, we do have a pitching change. Lewandowski's out of the game. So Panning on first with the error. Horman over to second base. And we'll get the pitching change here in a 4-0 game with runners at first and second and 1 out. 34 is Alex Lofthammer, and he's a Raymond Rocket. Raymond, a champion just a few years ago. And He's wearing his red jersey with his gray pants, and he'll take over for Lewandowski, the starting pitcher for Bird Island. So Lewandowski goes 4 1/3.
Now pitching for Bird Island, the draftee from the Raymond Rockets,
Gives up
number
6
34,
hits.
Alex Lofthammer.
He's on the hook now for 4 runs. So not a solid effort for Lewandowski in the end, and if he would have fielded his position, he might have been able to. First, we look at the 3 plays here in this inning, and I'm not trying to harp on Lewandowski. I'm just saying let's look at those 3 plays. And play number 1 was the bunt that was bunted closer to the mound than it was down the line at third, and nobody fielded it. And that started things off to get runners at first and second. Then a one hopper right back to him, and instead of taking the lead runner, hesitated maybe long enough that they could not turn the double play. Again, not assuming that you can ever turn the double play. But that kept the lead runner at third base, and then right there a grounder back to him that he tried to stab at it with his glove with his fingers facing down, and it was unable to make the play. So take those 3 plays into account, and that brings in a pitching change. And as I said, it's Alex Lofthammer. And Alex, a draftee from Raymond. So 2 runs are here in the 5th, and there's 2 on, so there more damage can be done, especially with 3, 4, and 5 up. Man with a single and an RBI. That all came in the first inning. He grounded into a double play his next time up in the 3rd. But he comes up again, donning no batting gloves. Runners at first and second. Lofthammer wearing his red jersey against the red of the Cardinals. Runners at first and second. They're playing Saginaw close. Runners are going, and they don't go either way. So they're off and running. 2 stolen bases. The double steal. And now all of a sudden, for a man, you've got 2 runners into scoring position, and the infield again forced to play in. First pitch inside, ball 1. Lofthammer delivers outside, 2-0. Sixth batter of the inning. In the 2-0 pitch, it's a breaking ball hit towards third. Third baseman, Dollar Shell, fields and throws across the infield, and everybody stays put. 2 down, runners at second and third, and Whitaker up. Roch is fanned both times, one time swinging, one time looking. He's the designated hitter, and Roch now 3 for 8. Does have an RBI. If you win here, you move on to the semifinals, and maybe they're going to steal home. Steal home, and he's safe. So stealing home, a play you rarely see. And they're going to discuss it, but the home plate umpire said, I saw it. Running from third was Horman, and I will say there's no way you're going to overturn that. And Young America over Bird Island, 5-0. Wolfel, the catcher, thought he got the tag down before the hand got across the plate, but off and running, and Lofthammer pitching out of the windup did not deliver home in time, and underneath the tag, 1-0 the count. Now out of the stretch, the pitch is on the way, and a strike called. Runner at third is Panning. Stealing a base at home is Horman. Ball hit well by Whitaker. Look up and gone. So Whitaker with a 2-run home run. Roch Whitaker.
Now batting at pitcher number 600, Rickaby.
And the score is 7-0. This one getting away with a 5-run 5th inning. Rickaby, the catcher at the plate, he's the 8th hitter to come to the plate. He's 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI on a ground out. Pitch on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike to Rickaby. And the Bullfrogs have another pitcher ready to go. Lofthammer, breaking ball, over, misses high, and it's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Rickaby fouls it away, and it's 2-2. 2 runs in the first inning, and now 5 here. Four hits in the inning. Pitch low, 3-1. Top of the 5th. Pitch misses, and we have a walk. Rickaby. And the 9th batter comes to the plate. 2 outs here in the 5th. Pitching change made. Only 1 out recorded by Lofthammer. Six of the runs belong to Lewandowski. And 2 of the runs at the minimum right now, or I'm sorry, 1 of the runs, just the home run, belongs to Lofthammer. So we'll come back with number 20 now for Bird Island. Jared Detman.
Running at first base number 16, Xander Monroe.
Jared Detman at the plate, or on the mound, is the 3rd pitcher. Keeping it right here in the 5th.
Now batting first baseman number 24, Josh Lenz.
We come back here to live action. And the pitch is outside now to the number 6 hitter, Josh Lenz. So Lenz, the 9th guy to bat this inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Detman pitching, the lefty up high, 2-0. Cold Springs is taking the lead over Bemidji. Cold Spring 3-1. Three balls and no strikes. Runner at first base. Pitch in for a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count to Lenz runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get my book in order here as we go along. 5 runs in this inning, 2 outs, and there's a runner on. Number 9 hitter of the inning walks. So back-to-back walks. And that's going to bring up Whitaker, Dylan Whitaker, who started this whole thing off with a single, and he came around to score.
Now batting second baseman number 29, Dylan Whitaker.
7 runs off 7 hits. Runners at first and second. Whitaker single to the left to start the inning. Ball gets away, and everybody moves up a base. A sloppy inning. And the pitch misses again. 2-0. Whitaker 1 for 2. 2 for 5. Pitch on the way. Over for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. This 5th inning has been a long top of a 5th inning. Pitcher Detman having trouble keeping the lid on. His hat has flown off in the breeze in his first 3 pitches. And again, falls off. 3-1. I don't know which is more distracting, the fact that he can't get the ball over the plate or that his hat falls off every pitch. 3-1. Detman with the set, runners at second and third, kicks and delivers, and he misses again. So that would be 3 straight bases on balls. And that will bring up Cole Peters. Peters had the bunt single on the bunt that was good sacrifice effort, but nobody fielded it. So it ends up being a bunt single. He was erased on a fielder's choice. 5 runs in this inning. Bases loaded and the pitch is high. Another draftee warming up in the bullpen. 1-0 pitch, over for a strike, 1-1 to the right-handed hitting Peters, who again doesn't don any batting gloves. Kingery, Joshua Kingery warming up. That's the son of former major leaguer Mike Kingery. Bases loaded, pitch on the way, fouled back. Bases are loaded. You have a pinch runner that's over running at third for the catcher, Rickaby. You got Lenz at second and Whitaker at first. 1-2. Detman, the lefty, out of the stretch, delivers, swung on and missed. And that does it. A long inning where 5 runs come across the plate on 4 hits. Some sloppy play, including an error. And we're going to take a break. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the quarterfinals. And now in control, Young America, the Cardinals, beating Bird Island in a battle of 212 on both teams on U.S. Highway 212. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th right after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on three at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
7-0 is your score here in the bottom of the fifth inning. A disastrous top of the fifth inning if you're a fan of the Bullfrog. And Christian Johnson misses outside ball one to Logan Swan. Swan flew out to center field his first time up. Pitch on the way and misses 2 balls and no strikes. I think the only positive you can take a look at from Bird Island on that side is that Christian Johnson, the pitcher, sat in the dugout a long time. It was a long half inning. A couple pitching changes as well in it, and the ground ball hit out towards second base. Dylan Whitaker's there. He fields, flips it on over. And Swan is now 0 for 2. Dollar Shell to the plate in the fifth. Cold Spring in the seventh inning leads Bemidji. The winner there takes on Fairmont, the Martins. Ball hit to the shortstop, played by Pistolka. Pistolka fires across to get the out, and there's 2 up and 2 down. 7, 8, 9 guys for Bird Island. That's going to bring up Reed Stoddard.
Now batting designated hitter number 26, Reed Stoddard.
Two down. Pitch is low to Stoddard. Stoddard grounded out to the third baseman. Pitch over for a strike. 1 ball and a strike. Johnson not giving up a run. 2 hits. Misses outside, 2-1. Bird Island has, according to the official scorer, committed 3 errors. Been a couple other misplays as well. Fouled away, and the count now is leveled at 2-2 as Johnson tries to work himself through the fifth. Quick innings now that he's been given a 7-run cushion. One more game here after this. It's the semifinals as the count goes full to Stoddard. St. Patrick waits in the wings against the winner of this game. 3-2 the count. Pitch outside. And Stoddard will reach on a walk. Second walk issued.
Now batting the catcher number 27, James Wolford.
5 strikeouts and 2 walks for Johnson. That'll bring up James Wolfel, the catcher. Looks like Cold Spring pushed across another run in their game in Fairmont. All this can be at your fingertips if you're watching PrepSpotlight.tv and have the Class C tournament package. Appreciate everybody who has subscribed throughout the last month. It's been 4 weekends of baseball. 1-0. Johnson. Fastball at the knees. Strike 1. Wolfel 0 for 2. 2 ground outs. He's now 2 for 13. Runner at first. 2 down. Fouled back on a pitch with some movement back into the right-handed batter Wolfel. Bird Island had ridden their ace, Logan Nissen, for the first 2 games. Casey Lewandowski, who's been a solid pitcher, did not have a great effort today, but they're not out of it at this moment. Another base hit. Wolfel, the single to left, his first hit, 3rd hit overall, with the 2-out walk. Stoddard moves over to second. Saginaw comes to the plate. He singled in the first. He got picked off. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. More runs being scored by Cold Spring. We'll get you the full update here in a second. First and second, Johnson. Christian Johnson delivers the pitch to Saginaw. Just out of play. The first baseman, Lenz, chasing after. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. And Johnson now has Saginaw 0-2, 2 runners on. The walk to the number 9 hitter and a single to the leadoff hitter for Bird Island, the catcher Wolfel. Trying to scrape away some of those runs that were given up in the top of the 5th. Fastball just misses off the corner, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count now to Saginaw, who grounded out to first. His last time up was a check swing that bounded towards the first baseman. Two on and 2 out, and the pitch from Johnson. Curveball fouled back. Tried to go with the breaking ball off speed. He's motioning, he just didn't snap it hard enough. Cold Spring is now ahead of Bemidji 7-1. The Cold Spring Springers finished 3rd in the Class B tournament. The Cold Spring Rockies are hoping to advance into the Final 4 in the Class C tournament. Two on and 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Johnson delivers. Fastball, strike 3. Saginaw goes down. Looking. Strikeout number 6 for Johnson. Didn't have everything going his way in that inning. He gives up a hit. Leaves 2 runners on base. So we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. And it is 7-0 here in Milroy. Andy Price and Greg Wolfer with you at the State C tournament. 7-zip. Young America will be back after this. Back here in Milroy, and we are seeing both of these quarterfinal games getting big separation, I guess would be the best way to put it. Cold Spring now leading 8-1. 7-run lead for the Rockies, and here a 7-run lead for the Young America Cardinals. And coming up to bat now in the 6th inning is Blake Pistolka. Pistolka looks at a strike. He scored a run. He's 0 for 2. Now he's down in the count 0 and 2. One and 2 the count, and the swing and the miss, and Pistolka goes down swinging as Detman, the lefty, still in the game for the Bullfrogs, gets his strikeout. Second strikeout for Detman. Came into the game and walked a couple, did not give up any more than he had when he came in. So Horman up now, and Horman has 2 base hits, a run, and an RBI. Detman misses outside, ball 1. Now the strike on the inside corner to Harmon here in the top of the 6th inning, 7-0. Fouled off the catcher's shoulder. I think it got all pad though, and count is 1 and 2. Harmon now with 6 hits, 12 at bats. He's hitting .500. Fouls towards the dugout of the Bullfrogs. We are in the top half of the 6th inning. Pitch high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young America got a shutout yesterday. Slash foul into the net, beating Union Hill 6-0. That ball hit out towards right center. That one's going to be hanging up for the right fielder Minkle, and the out is recorded. 2 up, 2 down, and up comes Panning. Panning has scored twice. He has 1 base hit. No, he's over. Sorry. Oh, no, he does have the base hit. He has reached the 2 times he scored. He reached on a fielder's choice, and he reached on the air on the ground ball that couldn't be stabbed by the starting pitcher, Lewandowski. Swing and a miss from Panning. Lefty versus lefty in this matchup. Panning now hitting 6 for 10 in tournament play. Chopper, third baseman, is going to field it. That's Dollar Shell. He fires across, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th we go. 7-0 your score. You're watching the Class C quarterfinals on PrepSpotlight.tv. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here in Milroy. Andy Price and Greg Wolfert with you. 7-0.
off the sixth inning, first baseman number 10, Tyler Hebring.
Bird Island will bring up 3, 4, and 5 in this half inning. Hebring, Gass, and Athman. Johnson pitching for the Young American Cardinals. Johnson from Cologne. Hollanders with the orange and black. Very much like the colors of the Netherlands when they're playing in the World Baseball Classic. Bert Blyleven, pitching coach of the Netherlands team, filled with guys from the island of Curacao. No balls and 2 strikes to Hebrink. Hebrink has walked both times he's been to the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runs on 3 hits for this Bird Island team. Pitch on the way. Grounded right back out in front. It's going to be fielded by Johnson. He has time. He'll fire on down, and the out is recorded. Hebrink now 0 for 1. Gass has struck out both times. Down swinging in the first. He went down looking in the fourth. Gass 2 for 12 in the tournament. They played 13 innings yesterday, and maybe that 13-inning game might have taken a little bit out of them. Not the sharpest effort across the board. All 9 of the Bullfrog, the Bullfrog 9, I guess you would call it. 0-1 pitch is inside, a ball and a strike. The friendly flies gathering on my computer. The friendly flies of Milroy. 1-1 pitch, can't hold up on it is Gass. He swings and misses, and the count now 1-2. Bottom of the 6th, there is a, if you're wondering, if you're just joining us for the first time, there is a 10-run rule. It's after 7. Not saying that's going to be the case, but down looking for the second time is Gass. And now Athman comes to the plate. So Christian Johnson, the draftee out of Cologne, has done everything asked of him. Mentioned he got the win in relief when they came from behind to beat Laverne. Pitch outside to Athman. Athman also with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. He's 1 for 9 in the tournament. Swing and a miss. A lot of strikeouts in that game yesterday when they faced Matt Geislinger from Watkins. A ball and a strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Can't check his swing, and Athman now is down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Scheduled to go at 6 o'clock, the semifinal games in both Springfield and here in Milroy. Then we'll play a championship game tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. Rickaby will fire over to first. And that's the 7th strikeout of the game.
Bird Island didn't fix no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
7th, 8th strikeout. I missed one. 8 strikeouts. And we're going to take a break. You're watching ProSpotlight.tv's coverage of the State C tournament. The Blue Water Tower just outside the Milroy Ballpark on the south end of town on Highway 68. And again, if you want to watch the 8-part series, Town Ball, Uniquely Minnesota, produced by Big G Media, airing last year on Fox Sports North. Order it now on Amazon. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, it's free. We come back, 1 pitch and 1 out. That man grounds it right back to the pitcher. And efficient use of pitch count. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's going to bring up the number 4 hole hitter, Roch Whitaker. He homered. A 3-run homer. Sorry, 2-run homer. I was looking at the one above him. It's a 2-run homer from Whitaker. One and 0 count to Roch, and he squirts 1 foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Whitaker on the day, 1 for 3. He struck out the first 2 times, and then he delivered a big blow in that 5-run 5th inning. We're in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Whitaker. He has 3 RBI now in the tournament. Fouls it back, and the count remains 1-2. They're moving on to the 8th inning over in Springfield, and as mentioned, Cold Spring, the Rockies in control. They'll more than likely match up against Fairmont with a chance to go to the title game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Fly ball lifted out to right field. The breeze is going to hold that one up, and the second baseman, Sagadol, stumbles his way out there, and he makes the play. So Sagadol bites the breeze and makes the catch. That'll bring up Rickaby. Rickaby walked the last time up. He has an RBI on a ground out. He's 0 for 2. Top of the 7th. Visiting team up in this one, 7-0. Slap foul by Rickaby. Detman came in that 5th inning, walked a couple batters and got out of it with a strikeout. Since then, he's retired 6 batters. Just can't keep that lid on, though. I wonder if you'd wear a chin strap if it got to be too problematic. A ball and a strike. It's actually 1-2, and that was a strikeout. So I think even everybody's distracted by the fact he can't keep his lid on, including the scoreboard operator and the play-by-play guy here. So give the strikeout, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Detman. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th. No runs on no hits, no errors. We're going to keep it here for the 7th inning stretch. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of the State C Tournament. Young America trying to make its way to the semifinals. They need 9 outs or so to do that. Maybe fewer, but at least 9 outs. Or maximum 9 outs, I would guess, I should say. Let's listen to the 7th inning stretch.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th, right fielder number 3, Colton Winkle.
All right, we get the right inning in there. swear it was in there before. Bottom of the 7th inning now. Colton Minkle to the plate. He's the number 3 hitter. 3-4-5. I'm sorry, 6-7-8 hitter. Minkle, 1 for 2. Single and stole a base in the 2nd inning. Line towards second and stab. Dylan Whitaker fires on and they get the out. Stuck the old glove down there and the ball was right there on the hop. 1 down in the 7th. And Logan Swan. Colton Minkle, Logan Swan. 2 down. 0 for 2. Swan now 5 for 11 in the tournament. He did have the 4 runs batted in the first game against Dilworth. First pitch is a ball from Johnson. So Christian Johnson now working into his 7th inning. There are some guys stretching out in the bullpen. Fouled right off the face mask of the catcher, Rickaby. Swan flew out to center field, grounded to the second baseman. Umpire giving Rickaby a chance just to collect everything that needs to be collected after you take a hard foul off the face mask. Knocked his face mask off. Ball and a strike now. Johnson sets with the ball, his glove in front of his mouth. He misses breaking ball. 2-1. Dollar shell on deck for the Bird Island Bullfrogs. Fastball outside corner is flared foul and does no damage to any cars parked down the right field side. 2-2. 1 out. Bottom of 7. Johnson. Breaking ball is good for strike 3. Another strikeout looking. That's 9. That breaking ball in on the shoulder of the right-handed hitter and snaps down. Dollar shell 0 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd. He grounded out in the 5th. Just 3 hits right now for the Bird Island team, and the fastball over for a strike. Bottom of the 7th inning. That one almost hits Dollar Shell. He has to do a little cha-cha to get out of the way. And the count is 1-1. After this, we have the semifinals. This is a quarterfinal game. And a base hit to right field as Dollar Shell gets the bat on it and takes it the opposite way. Single to right. And Dollar Shell collects the 4th hit of the game for Bird Island.
Designated hitter number 26, Reese Stoddard.
Stoddard to the plate, the designated hitter. Seven nothing the score. Runner at first and 2 down. Fastball over for a strike. Came at him fast. Here's my best fastball. See what you can do with it. Stoddard grounded to third in the 3rd. He did walk and advanced to 2nd in the 5th. Hands up at his ears. Pitch on the way. Fastball grounded towards first and foul. 0-2. Yankees Field here in Milroy has been the home to 21 games. This is game 22. And the field looks great. Everything has been great in Milroy. Fastball misses outside. Slides away from the hitter. Might have been a little bit of a slider pitch as well. 1-2. 7 runs on 7 hits. Sloppiness in the field all the way around, I think, has been the story in both innings where the squad from Young America scored their runs. Called third strike, and that ends the inning. Another called third strike. 10 strikeouts on the game for Johnson. Christian Johnson has pitched 7. We're going to take a break. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of the State C tournament.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Josh Lenz leading off the 8th inning for Young America. The Cardinals leading it 7-0. Detman still pitching for Bird Island. And the count 1-1. Cold Spring is leading 10-1 now. They are all but advancing on at this moment in time. 1-1 pitch, misses down and away. And the count 2-1 to Lenz. In this half inning, it's due up Lenz, Dylan Whitaker, and Cole Peters. Lenz grounds it fair. That will be extra bases as the ball gets under the left fielder's glove and heading towards third, and safe at third with the triple is Lenz. So Josh Lenz might be a double and an error.
Now batting number 29, second baseman Dylan
They were
Whitaker.
the pitcher Detman wants to appeal that the runner missed second base. And they say he's safe. So Lenz did catch all the bags. I don't see a fourth error being administered. We'll have a new pitcher when we come back. We're just going to step aside here for a second and make a double check on the scoring decision here. Triple is the call on that. Down the left field line, and we'll have a new pitcher, another lefty.
Now pitching for Bird Island, the draftee from Atwater, number 11, Josh Kingery.
Josh Kingery into the game. Kingery, the young son of Mike Kingery. Looking to see if there's a Mike Kingery sighting. Take you back 25 years ago. Had the chance to interview Mike Kingery when he was a starting outfielder for the Colorado Rockies when they opened up Coors Field in April of 1995. This is coming off the heels of a strike and actually just a day or two after the Oklahoma City bombings, for those who want a history lesson. So Josh Kingery is pitching for the second straight day. Josh Kingery got the win yesterday in that marathon 13-inning game against the squad from Watkins, the Clippers. So with a runner at third and nobody out, Dylan Whitaker at the plate, then Cole Peters and Blake Pistolka due up. 7-0 your score. The Young America Cardinals on their way to date in the semifinals. Pitch on the way, swung on a miss as the infield is in against Dylan Whitaker. Whitaker on the game. 1 for 2, he's walked, he's singled and scored as well. Count 0-2 now as Kingery rears back. Kingery, a Atwater chucker. And he gets strike 3. So the Atwater chucker comes chucking.
No batting right, fielder number 42, Cole.
3 strikeouts for Detman in his stint. Couple walks. And the batter is now Cole Peters. Runner at third, triple to lead off the inning. First strikeout for Kingery. Fastball. Slips by. We'll have a play at the plate. Kingery does not field cleanly and safe with glasses being knocked down his lens. Scored the 8th run of the game, and Young America now is up 8-0 with 2-0 the count to Peters. Peters on the day is 1 for 3. He had the bunt single that we talked about that was just left unfielded. Strikeout and a fly ball to center field. Pitch in for a strike right at the knees, and it's 2-1. 2 runs in the first inning. 2 singles propelled those runs, a swing and a miss, and we're level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Then it was the 5-run 5th inning on 4 base hits. Some sloppy play. Breaking ball doesn't break. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 8-0 your score. And a excuse me swing on the pitch inside that fouled off of Peters. As he jumped back as he swung, it fouled off of his leg, and we do it all over again. Three-two pitch is inside, and a walk for Peters. So 1 out and a runner at first. Blake Pistolka strides to the plate.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, Blake Pistolka.
Pistolka wearing his uniform in the good old-fashioned way with the stirrups. Pants just below the knees. 3 black stripes on the stirrups for Young America, and the first pitch is over for a strike. Lefty versus righty here. Kingery went 4 1/3 innings yesterday in their win. Another fastball on the outside corner. Struck out 5. Gave up a hit and walked 2 as they outlasted Watkins in 13 innings. Pitch inside, ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, and it's grounded towards third. Bobbled by the third baseman Dollar Shell, so he'll just get the 1. He was thinking double play. Over to second is Peters. 2 down.
Now batting third baseman, number 4, Isaac Harmon.
Isaac Harmon coming to the plate, the leadoff hitter. Playing a big role, scoring in both the first and the 5th innings. 2 base hits there and an RBI. So he has another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And Kingery kicks and delivers high, ball 1. Strike call, the ball and 1 strike. Young America trying to maybe even collect its second shutout in a row. Pitch down in the dirt. 2-1 the count now. Winner here takes on St. Patrick, the Irish, advancing to their first ever semifinal. And Young America has a chance maybe to meet up with them. Pitch on the way. Now 3 balls and a strike. Sets just about his face level, and he gets the swing and the miss from Horman. 3-2 the count. Horman 2 for 4. 6 for 13 right now on the tournament. Ball lifted out towards center. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble, and it is trouble. Ball ticks the glove of Gas. Heading on to second base, and safe is Horman. So 9-0 now your score, as Horman with a single, his 3rd hit of the game. Give him his 2nd RBI of the game, and it is 9-0.
Center fielder number 25, Bryce Manning.
So that's going to bring up Bryce Panning, and Panning looks at a curveball low, ball 1. Panning on the day has a base hit. He's reached 3 different times, once on a fielder's choice, once on an air. 2 runs and a hit, and Panning up, and he grounds it towards second, and it's right to Sagatol. Sagatol fields and throws. So based on this, we will play the distance in this one. 9-0 their scores. They had 2 more, so 2 in the first, 5 in the 5th, and 2 more in the 8th. 2 hits in that game, in that inning. So 9 runs on 9 hits. And we will take a break. We'll be back with more on PrepSpotlight.tv. Back with you here, bottom of the 8th.
Leading off the 8th inning for Bird Island, catcher
We will play all 9 in this game. And Johnson, Christian, his first name, will be delivering here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He has pitched 7 strong innings with 10 strikeouts. He's facing the top of the order, and Wolfel looks at a strike, so it's 2 balls and a strike, or 1-1. Pitch on the way, lined out towards center field, and that is caught. That was hit hard again, but right at Panning, and Panning makes the play. So Wolfel with 1 base hit in his 4 trips. Sagatol comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3.
Number 23, Jordan Sagatol.
Breaking pitch by Johnson after a ball on the first one, and the count is 1-1. Johnson, the righty, delivers, and it's a hard hit foul ball, but wide of the bag at third, down the line, and 2 strikes. Thinking about the super nachos or the super dog for dinner. Let's see what we go with before we have. The answer from the executive producer is it's a buffet. Strike 3, and Wolfel goes down looking for the second time in the game, and that's strikeout number 11. So Christian Johnson,
Now batting first baseman number 10, Tyler Hebring.
the Cologne Hollander, who is dealing now for Young America. Cologne just a little to the east on 212 of Young America, if you're not familiar with the area. And these 2 outs now to the number 3 batter, Tyler Hebring. Hebring has 2 walks and a ground out. 2 balls, no strikes. And Johnson, don't know if he's going to be going the distance here. They've some activity down in the bullpen with the 9-0 lead. 2-0 the count. Fastball catches the corner to Hebring. Hit out to the gap in right center, and that will fall. So Hebring with his base hit, and it's a single. His first knock of the game, but he has been on base 3 times now. Hebring with 3 hits in the tournament, and that brings up Dylan Gass. And Gass, 0 for 3, wearing the collar with strikeouts now. 9-0 the score, 9 runs on 9 hits for the squad from Young America, looking to get to the Final Four of Class C. First pitch, fly ball out to right, and with it is Peters. He had the look at it, and he makes the out in right, and that ends the 8th. We'll go on to the 9th inning. You're watching Prep Spotlight.tv coverage of the state tournament. We're going to take a look at some highlights from week 3.
Running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate. Not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield, and the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. Fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner, and it's 10-3 Gold Spring. Unbelievable.
Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
All right, we're going to catch you up on what's happening here in the 9th. We have some defensive changes. Eric Gass is pitching. He's number 8. It looks like over at shortstop, Sagadol is going to head over from second to short. And Brandon Tersteeg is at second base. And there might be another change as well. Swan there. So we'll empty the benches out here.
Batting number 18, Damian Schwartz.
Damian Schwartz coming into the game and hitting for Matt Mann. So Eric Gass is the fifth pitcher for Bird Island as they're playing out the string, and the first pitch is low ball one. The 2-0 pitch is over for a strike from Gass as we are in the ninth inning in a 9-0 game. Both games still going on, and both games are 9-run leads. Very symmetric in between Springfield and Milroy. It's almost like we're one hand in the other. Maybe not. It's just coincidence. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball. Played at first. Hebrink has it. He'll flip it on to Gass, who's covering at first. So 3-1 on the putout. 1 down. Haven't reached double-digit hits yet. 9 hits for the Cardinals. Logan Christensen coming into the game. So Matt Mann in the game had an RBI on 4 trips to the plate. Raj Whitaker, who is being pinch hit here by Logan Christensen, hit the home run. He is 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer. Count 1-1 to Christensen. Looks like Rickaby will still be batting based on coming out on deck. Another foul ball. The count is 2-2 in the ninth inning of a 9-0 Young American Cardinals effort that has them thinking about a semifinal trip. Strike 3, and Gass gets to the strikeout looking. 2 down. Rickaby will come to the plate, but he's going to face a new pitcher as the pitcher just takes himself out of the game. And it'll be Gass for Gass. Brad Gass is coming into the game. So pitcher number 6 with 2 outs. And Brad Gass will warm up, and while he warms up, we're going to just step aside here. 9-0 your score. It is the ninth inning. Young American Cardinals playing it out against the Bullfrogs of Bird Island. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv. After Rickaby stays in the game to hit, that's because he was already, I think, pinch ran for at one point in time. So if you remove him, you will lose him. Rickaby is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run batted in on a ground out. First pitch from the next Gass. Brad Gass, is a ball. Both games coming to a close here pretty soon. Bemidji down 10-1. Pitch high, 2 balls and no strikes. Game got away from Bird Island in the 5th. Ground ball towards second. Scooped up, and the throw is made on the out. So 3 up and 3 down with a couple pitchers, and we'll go to the 9th inning. We'll just keep it right here. And then we'll have a quick wrap of this game as we have to get ready for what is scheduled to be a 6 o'clock start. My guess is, based on this time right now, we're going to be a little delayed with our 6 o'clock start as they have to get the field ready, and then both teams take infield.
Over in Springfield, Cold Spring leads Bemidji 10-1 in the top of the 9th. And then immediately following this game, we'll have a game at 6 o'clock.
All right. And a pitching change for the Young America Cardinals. The starter, Christian Johnson, with 8 innings pitched. He gives up 5 hits, not a run. He struck out 11. Walked a runner in the first, gave up a couple hits in the first and second. Walked a runner in the fourth. Walked in the fifth. 3 walks to go along with the 11 strikeouts for Christian Johnson. So he will be the winning pitcher, unless all things explode and Bird Island is able to get 9+ runs.
Number 33, Troy Cole.
Troy Coles, like the department store, Coles, is your pitcher, the right-hander. So Troy Coles comes into the game. They'll have other pitchers warming up. I'm wondering if we're even going to see more than one pitcher in this inning. All right, let's go to the
Number 17, Hunter Newhart.
pick up the action here, and we have a pinch hitter right off the bat.
Leading off for Bird Island, number 18, Trevor Nason.
Trevor Nissen is the hitter. Trevor has been DHing the first couple games. He's now getting a pinch hit at bat here, and first pitch swung on and missed from Coles. Saying that we're looking at about an hour from the end of this game to the start of the semifinal game. Popped up towards left field. Let's see if the left fielder is able to get after it. And it is gone. So it floats. As I said, the ball will carry that direction today. And there's your perfect example of it as Bird Island avoids the shutout as Nissen hits the ball out. He got it, but there's no doubt that might have been helped a little bit by the breeze. So the home run to left for Nissen. He gets a mark all the way across. Colton Minkle coming to the plate. Minkle 1 for 3. And the first pitch from Coles swung on and missed. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. Nissen was 1 for 9 through the first 2 games as the DH, and he comes through with the home run. So 9-1 is your score. Bird Island on the board in the ninth. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Semifinal games starting in probably about an hour, and then after that, tomorrow championship game, 1 o'clock. Watch them here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Hard Base hit on the breaking ball by Minkle. His second hit of the game.
Now batting left fielder number 4, Logan Swan.
Logan Swan to the plate. Ground ball into the hole. So runners at first and second. 3 hits in the inning. And that will bring up Sean Dollarshell. Dollarshell 1 for 3 on the game.
Third baseman number 17, Sean
First hit for Logan Swan. Logan's 6th hit of the tournament. Dollarshell 1 for 3. And the Young American Cardinals now just needing 3 outs. The other game's still going on as well. So both games are playing at about the same pace. 2.5-hour baseball game. Or more. Breaking ball from Coles is over for strike 1. Young America 2 runs in the first, 5 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 8th. That's how it breaks down. That adds up to 9. Almost had a chance to 10-run them earlier. Pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Might be a double play. 5-4-3 does get the double play, so 2 down. So 2 outs in the inning now. And runner at third is Mako.
Number 26, Reed Stoddard.
Reed Stoddard still in the spot, in the DH spot, in the 9 hole. Ball flown out to center field, and that ends the game. So your final, 9-1. Bird Island does get off the schneid with the home run in the final inning, but it is Young America's day at the ballpark to begin with, and they'll come back for a semifinal game right in the next 50 minutes, I would say, and you can watch it right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. So, Young America is now 2 wins away from a championship. They score 9 on 9 hits. They don't commit an error. Bird Island scores a run. On 8 hits, they do commit 3 errors, and those errors and the sloppy play in the first and the 5th innings set the tone for this one. We're going to step aside. We'll come back with the semifinal game here from Milroy. It'll be Young America St. Patrick playing in the next hour. 6:25 is what they say is when that game will start. We'll be here for the complete coverage on PrepSpotlight.tv. Andy Price, Greg Wolford. You're watching the State C Tournament. We're down to the Final 4, and it's right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We'll see you in just a little bit. The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.